Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Teen Wolf. This episode 2 of season 4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode. Very interesting, you know, quite a lot of action. And yeah, we had two, well, not new characters, but we had two confirmed characters moving up to the main cast who are going to be in the season. And that is Malia, who looks like she is possibly going to be in a relationship with Styles, which is a big thumbs up from me. I really do like them together. She was showing some of her animal instincts, coyote instincts, where if somebody's in trouble, they bounce. It's every man for themselves. But she was saying, you know, she would bounce on everyone, but Styles. Styles was like, look, mate, that's progression. You know what I mean? Like, when we first started doing this, she would have left everybody. So she is getting better. Very interesting. And also Kira, she looks like she's going to be part of the cast now. She's in the main intro or the credits, so it's very good. And hopefully she's going to be in a relationship with Scott. Seems like they're getting close anyway. They give each other a hug. They was close to possibly having a kiss. Scott was asked why he didn't give her a kiss, and he said, well, we're not really together. Interesting. I thought they might have been after the last season. I wonder how far, you know, into the future from last season to like the present of season 4, or whether it's just been like the school summer holidays and then we're back, because obviously Derek is still missing and Kate is still on the loose. And we had these other wolf hunters that we did see introduced who took Derek and Peter in the last season. I think they called the Cardozas. They're still after, well, first of all, they was asking, Scott was asking where Derek is. They was trying to play the alpha move that they had him, but they didn't. They're trying to find Derek as well because they know it would lead them to Kate. They told Scott the story about Kate, how she transitioned into being this person who she currently is, which they confirmed they're not entirely sure whether it's a wolf. They do say that they take the form of the thing or whatever it is that they destined to become. And they explained that when they went to check that she was dead in the morgue, when they opened it, she had claws, her body was self-healing, and because she obviously is a hunter, that they took her, they threw her into a cell pretty much and give her a knife in hopes that she'd kill herself before obviously she'd done the full transition. Kate didn't do that. She faked her own death, and when they come in to get her, got an absolute savage mode and killed like everybody in there. So it's interesting, and now she's on the run. Now Scott and you know, Scott and crew, they was on the way to this church where they thought Derek was being kept, which Derek actually was being kept in there, but there was also another supernatural. I'm not sure if it was Kate or what, I don't know. Definitely a new supernatural that we've not seen. There was also one in the desert, so to speak, where there was Styles and that was broken down. They was trying to fix a car and something was out there. Malia went chasing after it and she's been sliced. They managed to get back into his car and get off before it could attack them again. But what's interesting is Scott found Derek when he brought him outside of the church to show everybody it was Derek of young, not Derek of old. So very, very interesting. I don't know how we got to this situation, but I'm excited to see it. I can't wait for today's episode, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it too. If you do, please smash the like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 2 of season 4 of Teen Wolf. It looks like young Peter Hale. It is. Good shout from me, that.
I thought I could control it. It's not working.
Did you bring it?
I've been saying this. It's his tattoo on his back.
I told you it's not working.
Do it!
Alpha, Theta, Omega.
Again.
Alpha, Theta, Omega.
Oh, that's well interesting. Oh, it's Kate.
Hey, you alright? What's going on in there? Open the door. I don't know
The
what
guy's
the hell
dead.
you're doing or whatever you're on, but I got a key. You come out or I'm coming in.
He's getting pulled through it.
Open it!
Oh, look at her.
Do you think this is permanent?
I'm not sure a medical diagnosis is even adequate.
Why would you want to do this to him?
Knowing Kate, it's probably for a reason that won't be any good for anyone but her. He doesn't look to be in any danger, so maybe the rest of you should get some sleep.
Isn't it, mate?
You
They've
all
been on
need
a
to
proper
start
mission,
taking
haven't
care
they?
of your own lives again.
I'll stay. The grades are fine.
Text us if anything happens.
No, still not okay with it. Not going anywhere.
Alright, just because you're stronger.
That's fuming, that, innit? That's not what you want to walk home to. And a few of them, though. He's got a bucket there as well.
Getting started on a list of repairs you guys need done. What time is it?
Midnight.
We were supposed to have dinner. We had a deal. Tomorrow night. Dinner.
Great.
His dad's going to be fuming when he goes to sleep and wakes up in 1 hour. Do you know what I mean? When he thought he had an extra 5-hour kit.
He's a lot warmer now.
Lydia, I'm gonna try something.
He's going to see if he heals. Look at that.
Let's try something else. Grab me a 5mm syringe, top drawer.
Do you reckon he's getting younger like Benjamin Button, mate? Literally, he's going to be a baby soon. Here we go, look. Oh, look at that. I like it. Oh, the eating's been slashed. He's not going to die though, is he? He's not got the Kate effect. He's not been killed and then the cut's been deep. To be fair though, you don't have to be killed to have a deep cut to transition, do you? Because you don't have to die to become a wolf. All you have to do is be bitten or slashed. I was falling into the the vampire effect there, mate. Literally. Interesting. So that's it, mate. He's been cut. Depends how deep it is. He could be in transition. But do you know what, right? Be a poor decision to take Deaton out of the show, in my personal opinion. He's in it perfectly enough as a recurring character, just like Gunther is in Friends, you know. He's there. He makes the scenes better when he's in. Every now and again, you don't get too much of him. He's not one of those where he's in too much. You think, oh, just overuse that guy. Or he's not in it too little. You think, I wish I need more. He's just in it, just sweet spot. And think, you know what, a good asset to have in the cast as a recurring. Doesn't need to go, but I'm interested to see. That's the first time as well that we've kind of seen, from the perspective, yeah, we've seen the red eyes and we're looking at people from like Deucalion's view, you know, when he was saying to him that he's not always blind, and then we kind of shown it, insinuated that when he's in his wolf form he could see. But it's kind of like the first time we've seen somebody looking and how they perceive people and see them and listen to them. You know, it was different. All he could see is glowing eyes. He couldn't really make out who it was and the people, and couldn't really make out the noises. He could just see 2 glowing eyes while 4 looking at him, and he didn't know what he was doing, and he slashed one.
Alright, so it's like 2 in the morning. I wake up, she's just lying right next to me. She just sneaks in. This is like 5 times a week. I'm always the little spoon. Oh, it is. You guys are together, right? You're dating? How's the way she looks at me? I think she knows I'm not telling her something.
Some of history's greatest leaders have had to endure some pretty great failures. One you'll recognize from last night's reading, failed in business, was defeated for both houses of Congress. Who was he? Malia. One of our greatest presidents, Gettysburg Address. Does anyone else know? I said phones off.
It's yours.
That was yours.
Scott, call Lydia.
I don't think he's just younger in body.
What?
I think he's younger in his mind, too. He wouldn't remember the fire. It wouldn't have happened yet.
That's really interesting, that, actually, I'm not going to lie. Oh, it's been absolutely knocked down.
Say you do manage to catch up to him. What are you going to say to him?
When we find him, we tell him the truth.
If he gets to the house first, you won't have to.
This is an interesting approach to Derek character, do you not think? Who's this? This Styles' dad?
Sorry, but you can't be here.
Hey, dumbass. You ever
No,
hear
you
of
don't
no
speak to him like that.
trespassing? Nobody's been here for years, kid. Now get the hell out of here.
Hey, maybe a slightly gentler touch.
Where's my family? Where's my mother?
All right, let's go, now.
Wait! Hey! Hey, stand down!
I'm not gonna lie, right? That guy just looks like a cop that loves to abuse his powers. You know what I mean? Like, straight away, the first thing that he said to him was disrespectful. He didn't ask why you're here. Are you lost? Are you okay? It was just, I don't know. He said something disrespectful anyway. And then straight away, he's there to grab him, attack him, zap him. You know what I mean? He's not like the other guy. That other guy was decent last season. Also, my question is, where's Styles' dad, Sheriff, man? Noah. They look like they got pimping new Fords, big massive trucks, but where's he? He wasn't last episode, and neither was Scott's mum, Melissa. But Scott's dad's been in this one so far. But Styles is getting it on, mate. Literally, he's like a coyote, but he's a little spoon. But he's like he's bothered with that. He's getting scratch marks all over his back. So he's saying that 5 times a week she's sneaking in through his window and just kipping in his bed, which is hilarious. You know, like maybe it's too full on for him though, because that would be full on, wouldn't it? Like literally, imagine you go to bed and wake up and someone's there next to you. I mean, obviously you know them and that, but you just be like, what's going on, mate? Literally, it gives a bit of time to myself. She's in the, so to say, is she in the school? She's in the school, but what is her personality like? Is she? I think she seems quite funny, to be fair. Like, what was she doing in them books? Why was she highlighting everything? Why did she have one pen sideways and then a felt tip this way? You know what I mean? Like, cross-teed like that. Like, what is she doing? And also, what was the answer to that question? Like, what president failed doing loads of stuff and failed at being vice president to then become the best president or one of the best? I have no idea about history or anything, especially American history. I'm going to say it's Abraham Lincoln. It's like the only one to know.
The other deputy thinks I'm an idiot for even asking. Gonna be okay? And I think you'll help us figure out what happened to your family so we can get you out of here.
I've run this kid's prints 8 times. This is all that comes up.
Derek Hale?
He knows what he looked like, though, did he? Normal Derek's really handsome, in it when you look at the pictures.
I'll handle this. Have you been time traveling?
Hang on, what?
Is it time traveling? You know what? I'm out. You're gonna be driving me to Eichen House.
We found him like that. Buried in a tomb of Wolfsbane in an Aztec temple in Mexico.
You told me you were camping.
It was in Mexico.
Why would it go anywhere with you? There was an accident. Okay, you lost some memory, but we can help you get it back.
Okay, who are you?
Eichen House.
And who's he? Who are you?
Second notice.
Oh, we're the guys keeping you out of jail.
All right, so you coming with us or not?
You want me to trust you? Where's my family?
They're not here anymore. They're fine. They just had to move out of Beacon Hills.
Oh. How's he just slowed it down then, mate? That was interesting from Scott.
I lied my ass off.
Yeah.
Your ass is fine. There's a ton of unnecessary pain.
He may be a kid right now, but he's still Derek Hale's guy. All right, take him to my house and don't let him out of your sight.
Scott's going to find Peter, and we're supposed to meet Styles at Scott's house.
Yeah.
That sounds like a horrible plan.
If my hand was on the dial connected to you, and I had to turn it up to 10.
Would I be angry? No. You're a katana-wielding badass kitsune, and he couldn't be more into you. Look out from the visor so we can fill up.
A full
Full
tank.
tank.
Lydia? Are you okay? Lydia?
Whoa, that's a proper slash up, that, innit? That's not just one... That's just not one little kill, one little slash. That's a full-on absolute demolish, mate. She meant that. But Kate looked not like a normal wolf, mate. I know that we... It wasn't Kate. I'm sure it was Kate. Like, I'm really sure it was Kate. But then again, now I'm self-doubting myself. Because she had green eyes when we seen her in last season. And then I think we had green eyes at some point in the last episode. And now we had just a total person. Like, didn't even look like a standard wolf, the one that killed him. It looked like an absolute deformed demon.
What are you doing here?
I heard you were coming to talk to Peter. And since Lydia tells me he's basically Satan in a V-neck, I figured you shouldn't be alone.
He needs to find out. He knows, mate. Peter knows that Malie's his kid.
We're just gonna wait here for Scott. We're gonna sit quietly, and we're not gonna call or talk to anyone.
I brought extra. You guys hungry?
Yeah.
No, we're not hungry.
No, I'm starving.
Neither of us are hungry. My cousin Miguel. From Mexico.
Pero natural de México, Miguel.
No soy nativo, sino que pasé un montón de tiempo ahí.
Fantastic.
His heart's beating
Your heart is
rapid.
pounding like crazy. Are you nervous?
He's just bad at introductions.
This is what I waited for, mate.
This is Malia. Beautiful eyes. Did you get them from your father?
I thought...
Interesting. I'm sure they told you a lot about me.
The homicidal killing spree came up.
Well, we're all works in progress.
What do you know about people being turned by a scratch? But it's possible. Like if you clawed out someone's throat.
I mean, we're talking one in that.
Okay.
Million.
Mr. McCall, you're an FBI agent.
He's low level. He's very low level. Just doesn't even have a voice.
So do you investigate murders?
Sometimes. When it's a federal crime.
Do you know anything about the Hale family?
Can't someone in this town stay dead?
What color were his eyes?
Blue.
Afterpage. Which could mean around the time he first met Kate.
Okay, I didn't lie. I omitted certain truths.
I want to talk to the Alpha. I'll talk to Scott.
Okay, I'm gonna go get him. Okay, phone's downstairs, gonna call him real quick. You stay here.
He doesn't remember the fire. But if he doesn't remember the fire, then he doesn't remember that it was Kate that said it. It took him back to the age where he still knew her.
What?
And he still trusted her.
Kate?
Been a long time.
No, he's in your bedroom. He'll be totally fine. You might be right.
Yo, interesting, mate.
If we want to get ahead of her, we need to figure out where she's going.
Not to underestimate my own cognitive faculties, but we're not exactly brain-trusted geniuses here.
Hustle and scheme. They're on their way.
What does it look like? Can you send pictures?
What phone is that? I've never seen that in my life.
Why would she want to kill a gas station attendant?
I don't think she could help it. This was done in a frenzy. It's not a murder.
Kate's still learning?
She wants to learn. She wants the Triskelion.
I'm not supposed to show the vault to anyone outside my family.
We talked about this.
How do you know?
Because you told me. You remember?
I feel like he looks like he's about 10, no joke.
We get the Triskelion, and then everything goes back to normal. Why would your family build a vault under high school?
Vault was here first.
Did you catch a scent?
It's the same one. Same one as Mexico. He couldn't have followed us here.
Oh, I've heard that sound before. Berserkers.
Berserkers, look at this, mate. I like how she goes straight in there. She's got no fear.
He's just one of them.
Yeah, that means we have a chance.
To beat him?
To get away.
To survive.
I wonder how fast that is. That's really interesting. Now, what did they call this thing? A Triskelion, right? I've always been fascinated with that logo on Derek's back. Not like fascinated, but I've always wanted to know what it is. What the hell is that symbol, right? Because I am sure, do you know Chris's desk, which I haven't seen Chris actually this season, you know, now saying that, but on Chris's desk, when he was looking at healers and all that, his shape on his desk looked like the mark on Derek's back. Also, the little cup that had Talia's claws in it, it had the Triskelion or whatever that mark is on it as well. And I've seen it in a few different places, like in the show, you know, like they've had it in different locations, and I've always thought, is that the same as Derek's tattoo? And that's all I've ever thought. I've never thought of, oh, this has got a correlation to anything. But every time I see it, I'm thinking, it's the same as his tattoo. And now, I don't know, it's getting some sort of impact, relevance, usage. It's interesting. And these things as well, mate, they look absolutely beastly. He looks really scary.
Not that.
This is it. Doesn't look like much.
Countries, Aztec temples, Derek returned to a teenager. All this complication just to gain access to our vault. That little pendant is just a physical object to focus on. I tried to use it to teach Derek.
Real? Tell me if this is real.
Did you hear that? That was Scott. I just heard Scott. I don't know and I don't care.
You seriously need to find something better than a baseball bat.
It does, doesn't it? Last one smashed over the twins' head. Oh, we've got Kira coming in.
Taught him to use emotion, to use anger, and to focus on it. Let's get angry!
Yes, Peter. Oh, here we go. Coming after her. He was slowly going back to normal Derek then. Yeah, look at this. He's called them away. Is it Kate? Oh, it's a human. He's got away. Well, Derek's back though. Kate's got away though. Oh, his eyes have changed again. His eyes have changed again, mate.
Took it while I was blind. Bearer bonds and they took them all. 170,000? Million.
Oh, shit, mate. Somebody's just jacked him for, did they say 117 or 70 million? What the F is that? That is a lot of dollar, mate. Oh, 117, there you go. That's what the episode's called. Now, that is it's a plan, but I don't think Kate planned that, you know. She wanted a Triskelion. I feel like that is what she actually wanted. I feel like somebody else has come down and infiltrated it as well. It's kind of like, what did Gerard and Chris say to each other when they was first introduced, you know? If you want to take down an enemy, the best way is to get somebody else to take them down for you. You know, don't do the work yourself. So, like, they planned this heist, and what they've done is they've infiltrated Kate and put her in place to get there, and she could be the distraction while they come in and just pick up the pickings at the end and just get off with the cash. Interesting. Now, I want him to get the money back, not because I actually care, but, you know, it was taken. I want them to retrieve it. That's what I want. Derek, he's back now. Normal Derek, interesting. Young Derek, done a good episode again. You know, the episodes that he's been brought into, he's done really well, so fair play to that guy. I like seeing the old Derek, though, the normal one, the one that we're used to. I do feel like he's really good, and I always say that I feel like he's underused in the show, so hopefully he gets more storyline this season. Also, very interested to see that obviously Peter's backing him. I really do like him. I feel like he's an underrated character. He's definitely a great person to have in the show. I really enjoy most of the scenes that he's in, if I'm being honest. I really do. I think if you can go back to season 1 when Peter was sat in a chair, the first time that we seen him when he wasn't really moving, I said a comment like, you know what, I would love this guy to come in the show as a recurring character. I didn't want him to die. That was before he even done anything. Just because I thought that, you know, if he did get up and start walking, it'd be interesting. And look at him now, mate. He's high flying. Malia's his kid. He knows it. Malia doesn't right now. She's quite funny, Malia. She's quite innocently dumb. That's the only way I could say it. Like, she just says it. She's dead simple. She's so simple. She just says whatever comes to her mind. She does whatever her instincts think instantly. That thing's there, let's go and attack. You know, like, straight away, as soon as that thing comes, I'm going for it. And that is what she'd done when he was out in the desert as well. So, again, she's really interesting. I feel like I'm going to really like her, to be honest. But, again, I'm excited, mate. 117 million getting jacked, mate. That is a big, massive amount of money. Okay, and that's going to wrap up episode 2 of season 4 of Teen Wolf. Now, Derek is back. Normal Derek Hale, back in the flesh. You know, after the young one played a decent episode. Sheriff Noah did make an appearance here. It's good to see him back. I was wondering what happened to him. And also, we're still not seeing Melissa yet, but we've seen Scott's dad a couple of times. So, it looks like Scott and his dad are actually getting on really, really well. But Kira, she's come here, she's trying to fight at the end, you know, these big guys come in. I forgot the names again. Obviously, Peter was scared of them, though. She come to try and help the team, and she got took out just like them. So she's like one of the squad. Sometimes she's unsuccessful, just like them, you know. Kitsune coming in with a sword, you know, she was doing the kicks and flips and that, but they still managed to take her down. I like how Malia, her first instinct is to just go for it, whether, you know, it's fighting or just saying what comes to the top of her head. I do really, really enjoy her scenes currently. So I'm excited to see how her character progresses because, you know, pretty much blank slate with her. We can give her a smart character, a dumb character, a funny character, you know, an exciting one, a crazy one. Who knows? I mean, there's endless possibilities. Now, what's interesting is Kate looks like she's been on an absolute savage, doesn't she? She didn't control her shift really well, and she absolutely slaughtered some guy in the petrol station. It was an absolute murder, mate. Literally, blood was everywhere. That's probably the worst death, as in like somebody uncontrolling themselves, that we've seen. Now, it's funny how Peter realised that it was 1 in a million. When he was saying it, he realised like who Scott was talking about when he was slashing, when he was saying, can somebody transition from cuts? Also, interesting, he got to meet Malia now in real life, in the flesh. He went and stood up. Have you got your father's eyes? No, I've got my mother's. Do you know what I mean? And then he was like, why can nobody stay dead here in this city? And she was like, well, they was kind of hoping that you'd die. See what I mean? That was like just quick thing, just saying whatever comes to her head. And it makes it pretty funny, to be honest. I really enjoy it. She's also definitely in a relationship with Styles. He's saying that he's asleep, and like 5-6 times a week, she's just climbing in through his window and kipping next to him, sleeping with him. Interesting stuff, you know, that's really funny as well. He's saying he's a little spoon again. That's pretty funny. But she's an alpha, that, well, not an alpha, but I mean, come on now. She's a wolf. She is the apex predator. She's much more dominant than him. So that's not surprising. So again, I really like their character progression between them. Hopefully they get good chemistry building. You know, I've seen them in a few scenes and I really, really do enjoy it. I do feel like they have got a good chemistry. And last season as well, when he was fighting, when she saved him. And obviously when he was downstairs in the, whatever you would call it, the cellar, when they spent the first time together. And then moving on into this season, I feel like their connection is really cute. I feel like last episode was really good when she was saying she would leave everyone but not him. And then he was saying, yeah, progression. You know, like, again, they've got a good connection together. And then moving on into this one, she's trying to help him. So I like it. I do feel like we need to get a bit more information on these things, these creatures coming in to fight them. Now, obviously, they did tell us the name of it, and I have forgotten it because he just said it real quick. But we're a smaller season, aren't we? It's only 12 episode season, this one. So I feel like all the action needs to take place pretty fast, and I would like to know what side they're working on. Hopefully we find out next episode. The person coming in taking the money, did it work for them, or did it work with Kate? Because when the roar happened outside, it seems like they dispersed. You know, they was having a fight, they had the upper hand, they took everybody down, and as soon as that loud noise come, they left. Now Kate, like I said, I don't feel like she's interested at all in taking the money. I mean, she might do if she knew the money was there, but she was interested in this Triskelion, and that's what she wants to control the shift. She can't control it, and now she knows that there's a way to do it. She wanted to take it. Turns out, obviously, there is other ways. You know, Derek, when he was trying to teach Isaac and Erica and Boyd, he was saying focus in on something. Isaac managed to focus in on his dad, and you know, that's what helped him. The rage, the anger between them. Isaac again has not been in this episode, so I feel like he is absent now for the season. Sad, you know, tear down the face. Thought he was pretty good last season in character progression, but he must have moved on now. So I'm excited to see obviously where we go from here. For me, if we have more Peter and more Derek, it makes the show better. And that is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they have more episodes this season, especially Peter. I feel like he's underused and he could be in the show a lot more. I really do like his character. But that is where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.